cross 1,000 borders just so I can be with you. Loving you's a mission, but I'm ready.
Welcome.
Hey, we're not spicy, wait. You are spicy. So you're gonna introduce today. I'm being the one introducing now. So let's go.
Based on what fact?
Babe, check out the previous videos. I've been saying welcome. Today I'm chilled. Take the lead, husband.
Welcome everybody. I hope you guys are doing good. This is our video on a bi-weekly basis, as we had made you aware. So we're excited to be out here for today's video. I think unlike other topical videos we've done, this is actually my favorite type of video, right? Where we kind of get into answering questions that have been asked to us via the DMs or comment sections. So we have quite a few questions we still have to go through. I do apologize. But yeah, life is busy. It's getting quite busy now.
It is.
Some
You're getting old.
Yeah, some of us are back at the office some days of the week, and work is picking up and. But we're still about that relationship life. We're still about love. We think love is cool. I still like her. She's still dope.
You like me?
Yeah, you're nice. You're good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Please. You know you can't do without me.
At least we don't have that Jada will love.
What? God have mercy upon us.
You're spicy. You are spicy.
We are in a good entanglement. we enjoy our type of entanglement, right? Yeah, so it's cool. So
is it just our entanglement? Do you stop right there.
Comment, like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon. And if the videos have been helpful to you, please do share the page. Helpful to you. Please do share the page. Let people know. So yeah, we're on the road to 500. We're almost there, and yeah, we made quite good progress, and we're excited to get to 500. And yeah, you're gonna announce the competition at some point.
Yes, I will.
But we'll talk about that. Let's get into it. So we're dealing with one quite large question, right? So that's why we're going to focus the entire video on this question. It's from Anonymous, and it says, how do you know she or he is the one?
Yes.
I'm excited, guys, because I really want to know this myself.
How do you know that he or she is the one? So this is obviously a $1 million question, and to provide some context, right? So both Bay and I were Christians.
Yes. So
our perspectives, our worldview, our ideas on certain things are based on what the scripture says, right? Yep. So pardon us if you're not, but that's how we see the world. That's how we feel is the best way to engage life. Yeah. So there will be quite a lot of that. But yeah, let's get straight into the question. How do you know that he or she is the one?
Yes. You see my excitement, like my cheeks are like.
So Angela asked me this before we started filming. She asked me, how did you know I was the one? So before we get into answering the question, I guess I'm gonna answer your question.
My expectation.
Imagine I disappoint you. I'm like, I just
thought, let me try this.
Let me just try, you know.
Let me
entangle myself with this one, you know. Yeah. How did I know you were the one? Do I tell you now or at the end of the video? You
can tell me at the end of the video. I'm excited.
Alright, let's get into the video. Let's talk about what we think, and then we'll get to. Oh, how do you want to do it?
Yeah, we can get to it at the end. We'll talk about it at the end. But for now,
you have to say the same thing as well, though.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I will. I was just like, I mean, there are no guys left in the world.
Alright. Okay, cool.
I'm kidding.
Whatever.
I'm kidding. Okay, so one of the most, I think now we just gathered a few things that we think are important, like in that decision, right? Yeah. In getting to conclude and saying, yo, that's bae.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we think number one is that it's important that your values align.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go for it?
Okay.
Is it pragmatic?
No.
What is pragmatic?
I don't know.
Oh my God, you are the one who knows how to break things down and make people understand things. Oh my God, you know it's a compliment. It's hard. I'm gonna
yes. So your values must align. Now, I'd like to say this because for a lot of people, they don't seem to understand what I'm about to say. When you date or when you're engaged, the purpose of dating and engagement is to determine whether or not this individual is in fact the person you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah.
Now, if you know this when you're engaging in a dating or an engagement type relationship, it will dictate what kind of interactions you have with the person.
Yeah.
So the whole point is when you say, will you marry me, right? And you say, yes, I will, you have already at that point of dating picked up enough information to determine in your mind that this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, right? That's when you transition into the engagement phase. Now the engagement phase is a continuation of that, but at a higher level now. So the stress of planning a wedding and really trying to merge your lives together will be indicative of how you guys work together as a team. Now, obviously, I don't want people to break up when they're engaged, but you still have the free will to say, look, this is not working out while you're engaged. Instead of forcing the issue and then being married, and then at that point, because marriage to us is not just a legally binding setup, it's also a covenant between you and that person in front of God.
Oh yes.
So it becomes a lot more complicated when you've cut that covenant to just walk away from it, right? So after that introduction, it's very important that in your dating period, you determine that your values are aligned with one another, right? What do you guys believe in? You know, what do you guys stand on? That's very important. I don't want the video to be too long in terms of getting into what are values. But a simple way to define values are things that you can be defined by, right? So if I say that one of Angela's values is kindness, it's because I can use kindness as a term that defines who she is. Right? If I want to say my values are integrity, which means that me as Olivier, I can use integrity as an adjective about myself, or people can use that about me, right? Because I've demonstrated integrity in many situations where I could have not been a person of integrity. So when it comes to values, don't skip over. You know when they say love is blind? Make sure you open your eyes quickly. Right?
I think also maybe people might thinking values with like similarities of stuff. Not really. We're different, but there's certain things like we both believe in God. These are the standards we live by. So those are certain principles that govern our relationship.
Non-negotiable ways of life. Let's put it in most simple ways. All right, that's number one. So if the person you're with, your values and their values align, that's already a good thing. It's very important to have that.
Okay, the second one, I'll take that one. Okay, you're both comfortable in your own skin.
Okay.
I think it's a very important thing. I've never had to pretend in front of Oliver.
That's good.
Like, one thing, yes, you make an effort when you're dating, you know, you clean up a little bit better. But like, that's cleaning up. But in terms of like, I've never toned down or try to be what I'm not. Because I remember, especially in the beginning, like whatever Oliver said, like people around me would be like, yeah, that's right. I'm telling you. Actually, that's one of the things you said to me that you liked about me. I'll talk about that, tell you a little secret. Because people were very agreeable with him. But sometimes I thought that doesn't make sense. And I would voice out that it doesn't make sense. So that's what you said. You said it was because I just challenged you. Like it was one of those things where you used to be like,
things we say when we're in love, right?
What? Please. Like,
you better listen to me.
No, challenging, not like disrespectful, but like I was myself. If I stood for something, obviously you learn as well. It's not that I was like thinking I'm always right or whatever, but I think it's important that you get comfortable in your own skin.
True.
You become yourself. You be like, we've never, like, you're still funny. You didn't have to like, oh, I'm acting like a, you know, you were just
like, it's very important. Like, and just to add to what Angie's saying, right, is that it's okay to be an individual, and at the same time, it's also okay to improve and adapt to be a better person for the other person. However, any movement in terms of improving yourself, and I use the word improving because anything that pushes you to be worse off is a big red flag. But if you meet someone that is pushing you in a positive direction, you were lazy, and ever since you got to this person, you work harder, that's not a bad thing. That's not someone making you who you're not, okay? But if it's that you were working hard and then now that you meet this person, you now no longer have energy to work, you just prefer to, that's a big red flag, right? And also any type of change that you make, right, it needs to be a change that you initiate because of your love for the person.
Exactly.
It should not be a dictated change, right?
No.
So it's not like...
That's not sustainable.
Yeah, I can't pull up to Angie and be like, from now on, you're eating one slice of bread.
My friend. My friend.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you say a slice?
Yeah.
She's so sad.
Yeah, you see?
Hey.
That would be crazy.
No,
but if, for example, I was like a fitness maniac, right? And I got in touch with her, and then she made a decision that I also agree with the fitness lifestyle.
Yeah.
Therefore, I will now cut out carbohydrates from my... That's a different thing because it's not something that I forced her to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't in any way make her feel pressure to do it.
Yeah.
So, for example, I can't just sit at the dinner table while we just be like,
hey.
four slices, eh?
That's a lot.
Okay.
And you know those things are there. There are people that actually have
Is that carbohydrates? Okay.
Are you going for another spoon of mash?
Okay. That is still putting pressure. But if I'm just myself, we just do whatever we do on our own, but she makes a decision to improve herself, that's cool. So never shortchange yourself to be with someone because people change, people evolve, right?
Yeah.
So if anyone makes you feel like you're not good enough,
nope.
That's probably a big sign that you should not be there.
That's actually rough. You're not gonna, it's not gonna be to pretend.
Yeah.
Maybe you might try to do that for a year or something. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
Because remember, when you're dating, it's a lot nicer.
Yeah.
How do I put it? Not to say marriage is not great, but when you get really comfortable with one another, a lot of the fairy tales and stuff kind of tones down a bit.
Yeah.
So you see the bad things clearer. So if you can see
very clearly,
if you see such negative things, right, when you're still in the dating phase, imagine how that thing's gonna blow up.
Bruh.
If you don't check yourself.
Bruh.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
Hey.
I didn't even see.
Yeah, you look like that person from Love and Basketball.
How did this happen?
Hey, actually your arms are not always visible.
Yes.
Look, people. People, stop wearing your husband's clothes. Stop
That's
it.
not, it's not your, it's not yours.
Is that not my top?
No, it's mine. Bruh.
That big?
Yes, it's mine. Maybe I'm shrinking.
What?
Please, so you're laughing at me. You see this guy.
Baleka.
Yo, you are baleking. Go, then go.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the third one.
Yeah.
I think this one you are an expert in it, so you'll
expert.
Yeah, you're good. You're really good at it. The other person, your partner or whoever, the person you're in a relationship with, pursues your interest more than it's like you make my dreams
priority.
Like yours. Yeah. It's like you do anything to make them happy. It actually sometimes when I'm like, oh, I'm not up to that, you're like, no babe. You know, it's like you want the best for me. You really.
Yeah, we're not gonna labor on this one too much, but in any relationship, if the other person, and by other person I mean them and yourself, you need to be introspective at the same time, also notice what the other person is doing.
Yeah.
If their dreams, their passions, the stuff they want to achieve in life is disinteresting to you, and annoying and stuff like that, and you don't feel like you need to support them, that's a big red flag. Like your biggest cheerleader, biggest supporter, needs to be that person that you're going to be with forever.
Oh yes.
Otherwise, it's very, very tiring in life because the Bible says, right, that first of all, it says, can two walk together unless they agree? That's the first point we spoke about in terms of having the right alignment of virtues and you know, kind of where your life is going. It also says, right, the three-strung cord cannot be easily broken. Right? Speaking about the union between you and your partner, if you really are well intertwined and one with each other and God, that relationship can't be broken. Then it continues to speak about the fact that if two lay down together, they will be warm.
No, I didn't say it's wrong.
Yeah, no, definitely. And if one falls, the other one can pick them up. So that just really points to the fact that a relationship, a marriage especially, needs to be the perfect example of what a team looks like. Whereas we have to have common interests, which we play together, but we have different positions on the field. So I might be doing my own thing in terms of I'm in business, I'm in medicine, I'm whatever, but the common vision of the team, as in the family, needs to be the thing that keeps us united.
That's right.
So I can be a defender, you can be a striker, completely different, but we're on the same team. We have the same objectives to achieve. So I can't be in the same team as you and be okay when you're losing.
Exactly.
Because if you lose, I lose.
Whack.
Right? It's just crazy.
No.
And I can't want you to not score goals if you're the striker.
Yo.
Because if you score, the team wins.
Actually, that's a very big sign of.
So a lot of people, unfortunately, end up being competitive with their partners, right? And they kind of prefer to be the better person, whether this be in what, I don't know, it's very complex. But moral of the story is you need to be the number one supporter of the person you're with.
Yeah.
And they need to reciprocate that. So it's very important that you have that person that is always on your case to make you better and help you improve.
Yeah.
If someone is just like trying to kill your dreams and
exactly.
you're not good at that, or why are you doing that?
Or it's like you get married or get together and it's like the vision, your vision is now alive. I'm now just there.
No, whatever the situation is, if someone is a supporting actor or actress, it needs to be willingly so, right? If I got married to Angie and she decided I want to quit working, I want to stay at home, I want to follow you wherever you go, that needs to be her decision and choice.
But even that person who's still a follower, I'm telling you, that person still has dreams and things they want to do. It may not necessarily be in like the working front or whatever it is, but there's something they desire, and that thing needs to be acknowledged by another partner.
Which is but
so regardless,
point is, don't be pressured.
Okay, the next one, I'll take it. It's open. The person needs to be open and honest and vulnerable with each other. I think that's something you did great for me. My husband in the beginning, okay, well, he wasn't my husband then, but like he was one of the people that I thought were very relatable. He just talked freely. You didn't care whether someone misunderstands you or whatever. You just spoke your mind, and you weren't talking like you're trying to prove a point, or you're trying to sound like you, I don't know, maybe you in public, yes, you'd sound like all proper and but like with me, you weren't afraid to say, like I'm exhausted, I'm drained, or there's a lot going on. You were very like, I was like, baby. So I think that there has to be open honesty for us to freely talk about stuff, and you don't have to like keeping up the appearances. What's this thing like?
For as long as you still feel the need to be impressive to your partner, then you're not ready to be married.
Nope.
If you still feel like I need to be perfectly dressed and perfectly made up for him to like me, you're not ready. If he feels like I still need to pretend like I've got a lot of money and take her to fancy places and stuff for her to stay interested, you're not ready to get married.
Actually, this guy, when we met, guys, my face, I don't know if you know these, I don't know what I can call it. It was like I was hit by things over my face.
Just say you had acne.
But baby, that thing was not acne. That thing was like zits that looked like it would come out maggots.
What? You'll never get the shock. Never.
I looked like weird, and I was thin like a toothpick, bruh. Like there was nothing working. And he told me, "Wow, you're beautiful." I was like, "Hey, liars." Hey! Liars in this world. This guy, so it's one of those things to think like, but for him, I guess, I don't know if you're honest, maybe he wasn't, I don't know. This guy was blinded. I think he saw a smooth face. Jesus just gave him another set of eyes.
God got him with that Samsung filter.
Jesus is Lord.
Hey, is it Samsung? I thought Samsung. I thought you said iPhone was the best with.
iPhone is the best, but Samsung has great filters.
Okay, you see. So anyway, that's good though. But like that was one thing I thought.
Like you need to feel as comfortable in your own skin as possible with this person, and it's an important thing that you don't have
those Google pants.
Like literally, like I don't know, like I don't know how to better phrase it, but if you're not yourself when you're with this person, then you're not ready to take the step to marriage.
Great. And then the other one, you can take it because you're the strange one.
What did you say?
Because you're the strange one.
I am in pain. I am in severe pain.
So this is the last one we're gonna do, right? Give you 5. We're gonna give him 5. How long do you want this video to be?
It's gonna be very quick.
Oh please, we've been talking like 10 minutes per point.
Okay, it's because of you, preach.
You the one who told me to explain.
You are the one who's preaching and preaching here.
Let me be myself. I feel pressure to be someone I'm not.
Okay.
So let me be myself as well. Let's go with the points. Talk now.
So just read it again.
Okay, no, okay. I said accept how strange.
Yeah.
Oh, the person is with their goofiness, their weirdness, or whatever.
One key thing that I think I was pretty privileged to just come up that way, right? I can't put my finger on why I thought like that or why my mentality was in that place, but I've always appreciated like difference. Like I've never been one of those guys who was obsessed about having things be the exact same way that they were when I grew up, you know? I always liked the variety of life. I always found it very intriguing, you know? Different colored eyes interested me, different colored hair interested me, different people's heights and weights and sizes. That stuff, like for me, it intrigues me, right? It doesn't like freak me out. And I think it's important that in your relationship, you don't have a negative perception of anything that's different to what you grew up with. Like a lot of us, for some reason, you just really want everything to be the way it was. You know, you need to cook what my mom used to cook. You need to wear what I'm like. That's not a good recipe for a healthy marriage and relationship. I think you need to develop an appreciation for variety, an appreciation for difference. And even though you're from the same culture, even though you're from the same village, there will be differences in the way that maybe she does the house chores or how she could. There will always
so you must be open
to different things, open to someone having weird things that they do, you know. Maybe she has to do 10 push-ups before she gets into bed. It's goofy, it's weird. Or maybe she can't sleep before she has ice cream.
I think you have malaria.
It just go with it. Like it doesn't have to annoy you. Like anything that's goofy or different doesn't have to be something that's a negative, you know.
Just accept it.
Learn to accept and appreciate it. Like I think someone put it very nice. I don't know who it is. It says major on the major things and minor on the minor things.
The person makes you love yourself. The person makes, I know this, I think we talk about this a lot to say, you know, I can't give you 5 rand if I don't have 5 rand. Like I can't love you better if I don't love myself. This guy here, that was one of actually the side, this guy made me love myself. I had many issues, guys. I had insecurities. I had problems.
Because of the pimples.
Beyond pimples, babe. Like I was thin, I was just...
Look at you now.
Let's take a moment of silence. I'm not sure what that love is supposed to be.
My love don't make you grow. Okay, continue, bro.
I can't continue, I'm offended.
Why would you be offended?
Why are you laughing at the fact that I said I was thin?
Because you're not anymore.
Hey! Look at this coming out of your mouth. I'm so touched. This is...
I've had the best of both worlds.
Jesus is Lord!
In one woman.
So you're saying I've been fat and thin.
They said we're together through thick and thin. I've been...
Are you even continuing? Oh my God. I'm so offended.
Okay, yeah. So
so this guy, your partner usually makes you love yourself. They help you believe in yourself. It's one of the person who you think is meant to be with you and always says, that thing is not if you can just change that.
Your relationship should not feel like you're sitting in an exam. It should not feel like you're sitting in an exam and you need to always get the right answer.
No.
If that's how things feel, big red flag.
Exactly. The person honors and respects your boundaries.
Extremely important. Extremely key.
Important.
Because, and I'll reiterate this point, is that if at the early fairy tale romantic stage, someone is still not respecting your boundaries or your wishes, it will get worse.
Yeah.
There is always a deterioration in the way things happen over time because it's human nature, right? It's actually the law of entropy, for those who did physics.
You must have to just slap this man.
And all things tend to chaos. That's why your relationship and stuff, you need to work on them in terms of help, always trying to be available, always trying to do, because if you just let it go naturally, naturally as in not making the effort, it will tend to chaos. So in terms of boundaries, could be anything. Could be like, yo, I'm studying. Please don't call me between this time and that time because I want to focus. But the person insists on calling you during that time.
Yeah. It could be my body's sacred.
Yeah.
Brother, respect
me. It must
me.
be that because especially from our Christian perspective.
My body is a temple.
I don't want to sleep with you, you know? If someone keeps putting pressure on you, it's a big red flag because if they're not willing
Remember that song?
Which one?
The rap song we always talk about.
Oh yeah, one with Bizzle.
I can't get over
Yeah, so boundaries are very important. Whatever boundaries you set in place, make sure that that person adheres to them.
Yeah.
And if they don't, it's a big red flag.
It is.
And someone can't adhere to boundaries in the early stages.
Yeah.
What's the likelihood that they're going to be doing that in the late stages?
In your marriage.
But these are just guidelines.
And again, it's our...
what we've picked. Obviously the list is very long.
Yeah.
But these are just guidelines, important for you guys to check your relationships now or for future reference. So the stuff to look out for.
We're getting to the exciting part.
So the part that she's super keen to hear about is how I knew that she was the one. Very straightforward, very simple story for me. I was in my early 20s.
Okay.
I was still at university, and I will tell you the honest to God truth. I was not looking for a relationship or marriage or anything like that. It's not like I was on the hunt, like I'm looking for a wife or anything like that. However, I did have like I think 3 things or 3 things on my list or criteria that I really wanted in like a lady I would date, right? The one major thing for me is that I really wanted someone that got along with my family. Because I was not about that life, you know, you have to be a referee for the rest of your life between your wife and your mother or between your wife and your siblings. I just didn't have the energy. That was one of my big things, like random, right? In addition to that, I wanted someone that got along with all of my friends and someone who was like basically like a homie, right? Now, I will tell you, I was very much into sports. So I always had a quote unquote fantasy about being with someone that was also very...
basketball.
Yeah, someone that was very into sports, specifically basketball. This was on the back of watching that movie Love and Basketball. I just thought that was the cutest thing in the entire universe, right? That was a big thing for me. And she actually used to play soccer and stuff back in the day. That was another thing. And then obviously in addition to that, it was just someone that was... what was the other one I wanted? Someone really chilled and humble, someone I could get along with. So I've never been about like anything more than that. I think I'm a pretty simple guy. So when I met her, I'd actually met her, she was singing. So the initial thing that got me was the fact she sang really well. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I was really into music at the time. And then in addition to that, when I actually spoke to her, I really liked the way she answered me. Like she wasn't very like girly. Like I've never been into like girly girls. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with like really girly girls, like, but I've always liked more like people that are playful. I can make a joke with you, you can like hit back, you know. So I was quite happy with the way she was. And
you say hit. In these times, you don't talk about hitting.
Not GBV hit back. I mean like as in give it as good as she gets. So that was quite cool. And I remember I really liked that, right? So and we just started chatting, and that was like one thing led to another. And in retrospect, it was because she hit all of those initial markers that I'd set in my head, psychologically or subconsciously, I think. That for me, I knew she like, there was really, I guess I can put it another way. There was no reason for me not to marry her. Oh my God! Wow! So yeah, that was pretty much where I was at.
Do you want to do yours?
Yeah.
Okay, well, mine actually, it's a couple of things.
Quick with it.
I'm trying to be quick. Okay, one, I really wanted a guy who was like a balance.
Quick.
Why are you speaking?
You know why?
Yeah, but like when you're speaking, I'm trying to speak. How? My guy. Anywho. So anyway, I wanted a guy who was balanced. Both like really sold out for God, but like super normal. Like we can have normal chats. He ticked that box, which was very rare. That was one thing. I was shook. Then the second thing, there was something that I prayed, and this one was specific. I remember I had never shared it with anyone, that I always wanted a guy who was like super generous, like not generous like give you 1,000 rand, like generous like you're giving houses and whatever. And I always wanted a home whereby a basement would have like a studio and that kind of vibe, where it would be that vibe. You know, I don't know if you get what I mean. Those little girly like things. But then it was weird. One time we had a conversation and we talked about something like that, and he randomly told me that he really like would love in his life to be like give like crazy giving. And then as well, at some point we talked again, and then he talked about how it would be such a great thing to have a home that would have like a whole studio at the bottom in the basement. Bruh, I was like, dude, this guy, did he get like the DMs from God, or like, hey, this guy was, yo, you were ticking all the boxes, like, you know, these kind of things. And then just generally, he was somebody who, like, I am a big fan of like someone who leads me and like practically talk. I think he led me without even realizing. Like, he would break down the word, and he was patient in talking. I didn't need to, I was just comfortable, so I just thought, nah.
So you did trap me, eh?
I didn't trap you.
That's why you slid in my DMs.
I didn't trap you. And weird enough, okay, one of the crazy things again is that somehow I just had a burden to always pray for this guy, even before I liked him. Like, weird enough. I really prayed for him.
Do you guys pray for people you don't like regularly?
Bruh, it's called intercession, okay? Pain. I was not feeling anything.
You don't lose any value.
Bruh, I did not. I'm not going to admit
to something.
No, I was not feeling you. I'm just telling you now. Anyway, I feel you now.
Anyway.
Okay? I didn't feel you then. I was just praying for you.
We will know in heaven. We will know
in heaven. There are many people I prayed for.
Anyway, beautiful people, it's just like a couple points for you that you need to look out for. If you're currently in a relationship, very useful for you to check and look for those things. If you're looking to get into a relationship, at least you already have...
I forgot something. I used to tell him, actually this was when we were dating, that, you know, anytime I wanted to see his response, I would ditch you for God any day. That's what I used to say to him. And he was like, yeah, I know that. When he said that, that's the man. I can ditch you for God. And you know I can.
Anyway, where was I? Thank you so much for watching the video. We appreciate it. We would like you to subscribe, like, share, comment. Let us know what you think. We've got an Instagram page. Check it out as well at Angie&Olie. Please do check that out. It's underscore, right?
Yeah,
at Angie_Olie on Instagram. And do the things, man. We really appreciate it. Let us know if it helps.
And comment.
Let us know if the points were terrible. Let us know if you missed any points. Yeah, we look forward to dropping another video in the next 2 weeks. Maybe a surprise one might come through. You never know. And we're on the road to 500. So that's it, right?
Yeah.
I think was it 7 points. We ended up being 7 points, right?
Points.
7 things you must watch out for.
I don't know how many.
7 things you must be aware of.
Are they 8?
How do you know he or she is the one?
Am I still the one?
Yeah. I can never leave you.
Not now. Now. Ha. Brother.
Is that a threat?
Ha. Try it.
Is that a threat?
Try it.
I crossed 1,000 borders just so I can be with you. Loving you's a mission, but I'm